Some important structural changes are coming out of China's biggest legislative meeting of the year, the Lianghui, or two meetings. Now, over the weekend, officials announced China's plans to revamp many of its government ministries in an effort to minimize bureaucracy and curb corruption. The Ministry of Railways, for example, will be dismantled into administrative and commercial arms. The administrative arm will fall under the supervision of the Ministry of Transport, while the commercial arm will operate independently from government ministries. The reorganization comes almost 2 years after the infamous Wenzhou high-speed train crash, which killed 40 people. A government investigation blamed mismanagement and design flaws for the tragedy. And 1 year after the high-profile accident, former rail minister Liu Zhijun was expelled from the Communist Party on allegations of corruption. Now, among all the ministry restructuring, the proposal to spin off the commercial side of the railway ministry drew the most attention from Chinese net users. And now let's take a look at what they had to say.
If the government insists on market-oriented operations, there is no question that ticket prices will rise. This will be followed by a reduction of staff and efforts to reduce the enormous debt that was accumulated in the process of building China's railway system. The new change won't be able to solve the problem of not being able to obtain tickets during peak seasons. At most, people will have a new target to complain about. At least the Ministry of the Railway will be out of the line of fire. They invested so much into the online booking system. They also invested so much into construction. If the Ministry of Railway is removed from the equation, there will be many problems where no one can be held responsible. During the last 10 years, the price of everything from food to housing has increased. However, the price of a railway ticket has not changed very much. I think this is about to end. If they remove the Ministry of the Railway and create a railway company, then the Chinese railway will be held accountable only by their shareholders. The shareholders will be king, and the lower classes of society will suffer more misery.
Among the other changes, Beijing also announced plans to merge the General Administration of Press and Publication with the State Administration of Radio, Film and Television into one regulator. A number of maritime agencies are to be consolidated into a single administration as China faces ongoing sovereignty disputes in the East and South China Seas. In an effort to improve food safety, Beijing also announced plans to elevate the status of the State Administration of Food and Drug. The National Energy Administration will take over power market regulation, and the Health Ministry will be merged with the National Population and Family Planning Commission. The National People's Congress is expected to approve the plans on March 14th. According to China's official Xinhua news agency, the proposed changes mark the 7th time the government has tried to restructure ministries in 30 years. Now, some Chinese net users had very positive things to say about the process of reform heralded by all the restructuring. And here's what they had to say.
I think the new changes are a good sign. I hope some good will come out of this. I think this new change is bound to improve service quality and bring ordinary people some very tangible benefits. The government should allow private capital to fund railway construction and operations. They should not let China Railway Engineering Corporation hold a monopoly in China's railway industry. Chinese citizens do not benefit from a monopoly. However, we have to pay for the losses of this monopoly.
Ministries are typically found in parliamentary government systems. The U.S. works under a federal system of government, and under this government, the president has a cabinet which heads the various departments. For example, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, and the Department of Transportation. Altogether, there are 15 executive departments under the U.S. federal system. Now, the Chinese Communist Party will preside over 25 different ministries after the latest round of restructuring goes through.